Welcome to another session of Microsoft Excel. So, we have already started learning the different functions and the different features of Microsoft Excel. And today we will be learning the three most exciting functions and features: merge, center, and currency formatting. So we will be learning why are they important? Why is it very important to know how to merge cells, how to make it center, and also how to do currency formatting. So let's begin our session for today. So as I was saying that in today's class, we will be learning about merging cells, center cells, and currency formatting. What is merging cells? Now, before we jump on to merge cells, let's understand something. Yeah. What is merge cells? Can any of you think about a very good example of merge? Merge is a word that you would actually find in a lot of places. For example, you merge one object with another object and make it into a single component or an object, right? Let's say, for example, there are a lot of times when you will hear company A and company B have merged together and created a company C, right? Similarly, this product A and product B has come together and created this fantastic product C. A lot of time, merging is a word that you associate with companies, public bodies, objects, things which, which when merged together, it creates one single entity, one single object. Similarly, you can merge cells together, right? So you take one cell and one cell and you add it and you create one single cell out of that. So what is merge cell? Users can merge two or more cells required. What you can do is merge two or more cells required. When the user merges one individual cell with the other, the contents of the first cell will only be present and the rest of the content available in the other cells merged with will get deleted. What happens? So users can only merge two or more cells required when the user merges one individual cell. So one is that you can merge two or more cells together, right? What you can do is merge two or more cells together. Then when the user merges one individual cell with the other. So if you are merging one individual cell with the other, the contents of the first cell will only be present. Now, let's say you have got a lot of information in your cells, right? But you've decided to merge the right-hand cell with the left-hand cell. You will only have the information of the left-hand cell. Yes. And what happens is the rest of the content which is there gets deleted. Now, here is something that you should be taking a note of and being careful of. Think about merging before you start entering the data. Think about the merging, think about how many cells are you planning to merge and then add data. Or else make sure that you are inserting columns and rows there, right? Insert columns, insert rows so that it's easier for you to merge it. Instead of just merging it like that without even thinking what happens to the data or information which is already added there, right? So that's very, very important. So now let's go back to uh, Microsoft Excel to learn about merging cells. As you can see, we are back to Microsoft Excel. So now let's put up a heading. For example, I want to write a heading that okay. As you can see that this has already shifted to, sorry, this has already shifted to different cells altogether, right? So there is about Let's say 4 cells, it has spilled over. The content has already spilled over. Now, one way to do is obviously that you drag this and you add it here. So you can drag it and you can add it here. But why am I going to do that? There is no point in doing that, no? Why do I need to drag it and add it there? Instead, what I can do is just go here and merge the cells. So select this and merge cells, right? Again, Control Z and let's see how it's done. You select this, okay? And you see the content has anyway spilled over till here, right? You see this icon, this box icon with two arrows going in the sideways. It's called merge and center icon. You go here, go to the third one, which is merge cells, and you merge it. See, it has got merged. Now, why did I decide to merge it? Think about this. Let's go back. Now, you see this heading. One is if it's spilling over to other cells, you can obviously drag this. But do you think it's going to look good if you drag it? Because all the other cells which are there, yeah, all the other cells which are there, that anyway, it's the whole size will increase. Doesn't make any sense, right? The whole size is going to increase and it won't look good. But for example, if I, instead of doing that, yeah, instead of doing that, I select this thing and merge it, then it looks better. That means all the cells are in their same shape. There is no disproportionate cells, like one cell is stretched so long and other cells are like thin. No, that is not the case. All the text is also there, so you can read the text also. It's not wrapping here because you can also wrap, but wrap means that there are 2 3 lines. Heading is something that you would always prefer in one line, right? For example, if you're writing address, obviously you can do one thing is where when you add the address, you can wrap the text so that all the address fits in that box. Whereas for a heading, there is no point when you are writing the heading, there is absolutely no point in making dragging the cells, right? It does not look good. So instead of that, what you can do is wrap this. Now let's say I want to add the information here. So I'll start writing the information. Right? So I have already added the details. Now, for example, I have decided that I want to add, I want to drag this. I don't want to drag it. Instead, I want to merge this and this and use it as one column, right? I want to merge address and roll number and want to make it one column. The moment you select this and you go here and you merge it, you see that a warning comes to you. Merging cells only keeps the upper left value and discards other values. So what you see is merging cells, as in if we are planning to merge these cells on the upper left value, this value will be there and the other values will be discarded. Once you click OK, as you can see that the address right now is one column. right? It's one column, one cell, and these two cells have become one cell. Now, if you see, and let's be very specific to it, it's not the whole columns have become one cell, one column or something like that. It's just that the two, sorry, two cells which were there beside each other, they have become one cell. Now, if we do Control Z, obviously you will retrieve the data. But isn't it much better that if you select this, yeah, or you select this and you insert a sheet column here and then use it? Well, this serves a lot of purpose because then you can just add the content right here and it will be easier for you to write. So, three things to follow. One, if your data is spilling over to other cells, okay, and if it's a heading or a title, use merge, okay. See the number of cells it's spilling over and merge it. It makes more sense than wrapping the text there. Second of all, whenever you are thinking of taking one column's data, another column's data, and thinking about merging it to make two cells or something. For example, I selected this one and I selected the phone number which was here and decided to merge it. What happened was that it became one cell, right? It is one cell, but I lost the data at the beginning, right? Phone number wasn't visible. Always add a row or column before you're thinking of merging things. If you already have data, add rows, add columns there because that will help you out a lot in terms of, when you are trying to add, do this merging, right? So that actually helps. Now, let's see what are the other merge which is there. The other thing that you see is merge across. What is merge across? So merge across is when you select the cells in the same row in one large cells. For example, I want to merge it. Do you think it is possible to merge this number of cells? Yes, it is actually possible to merge this number of cells. In that way, as you can see, you can merge cells like, sorry, you can merge cells like this, right? As you can see, there are like, you can merge it like this. You can merge it like this. Or you can merge it like this. So there are lot of options for you to merge your cells in a certain format, right? So this is how you should pick and merge your cells. This is all about merging cells, right? Now, let's see what is center then. We have learned about merging cells. We know how to merge cells. Now we are going to learn about center. So let's go back to the presentation. Center cells. User can center align the text inserted in multiple cells without merging cells. The text must be entered in the leftmost cell of the selected range. User must click the cell range and go to Format Cells from the pop-up menu with the command Center Across selection under the Alignment tab. Right? What is the merge and center now? Now, there are times when you have merged content, right? When you have merged the cells, but you want to make it center already. For example, let's take a title or a heading. Whenever you put a heading, it is always, there's an alignment that is followed. Mostly and most preferred alignment is center alignment for any heading, right? So for that, center align the text inserted in multiple cells. So center align the text inserted in multiple cells without merging cells. Text must be entered in the leftmost cell of the selected range. So for that, the text has to be entered in the leftmost cell of the selected range, and then under the alignment tab, you will see the command center, right? Let's see how to use merge and center here then. So let's go back. And let's say, for example, I'm going to put another heading here. Okay. So let's say my heading will be, here I want to write parent teacher meeting. Yeah. Now I can select the cells together, right? And then I can go here and do merge and center. You see, merge and center is the first option. Yeah. So, and then you're merging it. Isn't it nice? And you see, it's already center aligned. Again, let's Control Z it and see. Now we have, it has anyway spilled over. Take this, select it, select all the cells that has been spilled over with the text. Go here, go to merge and center, which is the first option, right? Click on the merge and center, and you see this is already center aligned and it has merged the three cells together. In this way, you can merge and add all the cells together if you would want to, right? So that is very, very important. If you want, you can merge them and you can center align them specifically for your headings, for your titles, for, let's say you want to write this, yeah? And all of them has to be merged together to create one, or however, you are writing this, you can all put all the cells together, like merge the cells together and add the text in a center way. It's not that you merge it first and then you add the center alignment. No, here merge and center happens together. Now there is one thing that you might have seen is unmerged cells. So we did talk about merge and center. We spoke about merge across and merge cells. What is unmerged cells? For example, you see this column. In this column, we have we have merged it. But if we do not want to merge it, if we want the cells to be back, what are we going to do? Come here and unmerge the cells, right? You have to come here and unmerge the cells. Again, if you want to merge the cells together, you have to come here and merge the cells. If you do not want them, then again come here and unmerge the cells from here directly. So in this way, you will be able to merge and unmerge the cells, right? So this is fairly easy, fairly informative, and most importantly, if you understand that merging can be used, so you do not, one is that you're not going to be dragging and increasing the length of the cell. No, this is not happening. The next thing is using merge specifically for headings for titles, right? And the places you think merging cells are required. Let's say you want to give a note here, like after a table, merge it here, merge the whole thing here, and then start adding the note. But do not spill it over. There is no point in spilling over the content because it won't look good, right? And then the other thing that you also have to be taking care of is whenever you are merging, make sure that there is no content, there is no data. Do not just blindly merge things. For example, if I am merging this, again, that warning message tells you that it's going to discard other values, and it actually discards the other values. So instead of that, what you need to do is make sure that you are adding a row, separate row or a column here, and then you're merging it, which makes more sense, saves more of your time, by the way. You do not have to do the second level of if you lose the data, and if you haven't pressed Control Z as an undo, you might lose half of the data or all the data which is there in those cells. And you would not want that, right? So keeping sure and ensuring the fact that you will be thinking about merging before entering the data, or if you have entered data, add the row and the column before you're merging it. Yes, and for the center part, you merge it and the content becomes center aligned, right? So this is about merge and center. Now let's go back. And the next thing that we have is currency formatting. What do we have next is currency formatting. User uses currency format to correctly display monetary values. What is used currency format for? User uses the currency format to correctly display monetary values. In this format, decimal points will be aligned to the column, currency sign will appear next to the first digit in the cell, and it will not be aligned with the other currency symbols in the column, right? So decimal points will be aligned to the column. Currency cell sign will appear next to the first digit in the cell, and it will not be aligned with the other currency symbols in the column. Yes. Now let's see how to use currency formatting. Now, when you hear currency formatting, what do you think? That means, let's say you are a salesperson, yeah, and you have decided to write a project, the sales that you have done from the month of January till July, right? Now you're not going to write INR, Indian currency, Indian rupee. Are you going to write INR everywhere? No. Instead, you can actually put the rupee sign there itself with the help of currency formatting. Let's see how to do that. So let's go back and we'll go to Microsoft Excel. Now, let's say I'll take another sheet, will be easier. Let's say there are products. So products, prices. Yeah. Now for products, I'll put the product's name. Here I'll write 50, 75, 45. Yeah, so I have put all the prices of the product. Now you see this, select all of them. Yeah, I've selected all of them. And you see this sign, the dollar sign here, accounting number format. So this is in home ribbon menu. In number itself, you will be able to check on the accounting number format, irrespective of whatever and whichever version you are using of Microsoft Excel, this will be present in the home ribbon menu, right? So you go here and you see there is, you can see dollar, euro, pound, yen, all this, different currency signs are already there. What you also see is something, the option called the more accounting format. So you go here and what you do is instead of here, as you can see, the decimal places too. So it can be 50.00. And instead of the symbol, you can look for the Indian currency. So let's look for the Indian currency here. And as you can see the Indian currency here, right? So select on this and then do OK. And as you can see, the currency have been added. See, right, the currency have been added to each and every cell where the money, where we have put the prices. Similarly, now if you want to format it to a different account symbol, different currency symbol, you can do that as well. For example, you have Bitcoin here. You have different places dollar sign. currency from all over the world, you will be able to find their symbols here. Because let's say if you are working in a company which does a lot of sales everywhere in the world, it's a global company, it's a global company which has all products spread all across the world. That means when you are following the currency, you will be following their currency and selling them, right? Like if today, company A, which has its presence all over the world, decides to sell its product A in the market of India. It's going to price it as per the Indian currency, right? It's not going to be dollars or in euros or in a different, in Canadian dollars maybe, or in different currency, right? That will not be possible. Instead, what happens here is you can they will price it in Indian currency. So for that reason, you will be able to you will be able to buy that product. Now, everywhere, whenever you're creating the sales report, that product A has been sold here in India in this much amount, in US in this much amount, you will be putting there. So for US, you're not going to be putting Indian currency. You will be putting in dollar sign how much they have sold. What is the total sale? Similarly, in elsewhere, you will be using their currency format. So currency formatting is very, very important in that way. With the help of currency formatting, you will be able to, add the currency, appropriate currency, which is required. You do not have to write INR 50. Like you do not have to write INR 50.00. No, that you do not have to write, right? Instead, what you can do is just use the this sign. Just use this sign and you will be able to do the accounting number format. Now, the other way to do it is also right hand click. Yes, once you do it, you can come here and so right hand click and format cells, and you will be able to do it as well. Just have to make sure that you are formatting the cells. You go to format cells. Again, you select the cell, click on right, go to format cells, and you see accounting here as well with the symbol already provided and the decimal. You can also increase the decimal to 3 if you want to, but this is as per your requirement. 2.2 places after point after decimal, 2 places are always advisable, because if there is a some collection in the coins, then that also needs to be recorded. So 2 places are always preferable. 3 places, if it's there, do avoid it. It only happens when you're doing a lot of mathematical calculations or statistical calculations, right? Yeah. So this is all about currency formatting. Isn't it interesting? Every time right now, if you are creating a sales report or if you want to show that this much of things have been sold, you can actually just directly go and put the currency there, right? Now, that we have learned today about merge, about center, and about currency formatting. Make sure that you go to microsoftlearn.com to know more about Microsoft Excel, do a small course on Microsoft Excel and earn few extra credits, which will help you. Also, do visit support.microsoft.com to know more about how to merge and unmerge cells and how to format numbers of currency. In case you want to know more about the Excel functions and features, support.microsoft.com is the place for you. Thank you for today's session.